Our next guests come from the Bridge Club and the Alzheimer's Association. Are going to talk about some great events they have coming up in the community here. I want to welcome Bill Shane and Jennifer Maurer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bill, you're with the club. Tell us all about the Bridge Club, what you guys do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
The Bridge Club, which is one of the largest bridge clubs in the country, serves Laguna Woods Village and guests, and we have games every day. About 100 people are playing bridge every afternoon. And research has shown that bridge, the game of bridge, is one of the most effective means of, particularly for seniors, of keeping the mind active and keeping people from fighting off some possible negative impacts.
Right, yeah, we're going to talk about that in a sec. But tell a little bit more about bridge. Like, what do people think about it when they think of bridge? I mean, to be honest with you, I think of, oh, that's the show I watched them play on. They played on I Love Lucy. They played bridge, and I mean, I really don't know how to play bridge or anything about the game.
Well, bridge is the single most popular card game in the world. It has a history in different iterations that goes back centuries. But the two major benefits of bridge, the reason people play: one, it's a fascinating game. It can be highly competitive or very social. But the second reason is that people just love the social aspects, particularly here in Laguna Woods. People get to meet people. It becomes our own little community. We care for each other. And part of what we do is we are part of a national organization which helps working with the Alzheimer's Association nationally and locally, and has been for a long time. And we've raised over $10 million to help benefit Alzheimer's research. We're very proud of that.
Yeah, so Jennifer, let's jump into that. You guys have teamed up with the Bridge Club, and we got a big fundraiser and a big event coming up, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, our partnership with ACBL is the largest global partner that we have with the longest day, and we've been partners since 2012, and just globally with ACBL and here locally, and we're super excited to be able to be here today to talk about ACBL and talk about the association as well.
And what is the longest day all about for folks who don't know that?
Yeah, the longest day is all about, it's a kind of one day, kind of go to action, raise money and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association. It's kind of marketing is a day with the most lights, the day we fight. It's all around the summer solstice. And so they'll be having a game on the longest day in support of us.
Right, and I've known there's been other events. People have done marathons for the longest day, and they've done all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of the other variety of events that people can maybe get involved in if they don't, if bridge isn't their game?
Absolutely.
Shocking.
Why wouldn't it be their game, right? No, it is truly one of the most creative ways to raise money for the association. You could do anything to honor your loved one, to celebrate a caregiver. I myself, I lost my grandmother's disease, and she collected shells. And I inherited this expansive shell collection. So what I do is I invite my family over, we put out all the shells, and we decorate shell frames, and everyone makes a donation. So you could do something as meaningful to that, to running a marathon. We have, our chair of our event is actually hiking in honor of his mom. Okay. So every year of her life is equal to an elevation that he's hiking. So it's truly creative and flexible ways to fundraise.
That's fantastic. And Bill, how did you first get involved in the Light the Night? How did you first maybe hear about it?
Well, what's fascinating, and I didn't realize at first, is that this national effort between the Bridge Association, the American Contract Bridge League, ACBL, this partnership between the national organization and Alzheimer's started here in Laguna Woods. Wow. This is where it began. We talked about it goes back almost 15 years, but it started here and then spread from here. And ever since then, the Bridge Club here has led this national effort, or been one of the leaders in different fundraising. We do have a game that day. We also have special programs, play with an expert, play with a celebrity. People can sign up for that as a fundraiser. But most important, we want to be sure that people in Laguna Woods understand that if they want to make a donation to the Alzheimer's Association, nationally or Orange County, they can come to the Bridge Club, Clubhouse 7. Okay. Clubhouse 7 every day up to and including June 22nd, up until next Thursday, every day from 11 to 3.
All right, well, hopefully some folks will get out there. Alzheimer's Association, it's not just about research and looking for the cure, which is vitally important, obviously, but it also deals with the realities of it's happening to people. How can we help? What kind of services are there? So what are some of the early signs, I guess, and I know you're not an expert diagnostic person, but what are some of the early signs people say, maybe I need some help, maybe I should talk to somebody, and what kind of services are out there?
Well, I think most importantly is to know it's not a normal part of aging. Alzheimer's and dementia truly is a cognitive decline that affects your daily life. Some people mention things like, I've lost my keys, but it's in the sense of like, are those keys in the fridge? Things like that. Not remembering, you're on your drive you've done your entire life, and all of a sudden you don't really remember where you are. But I think most importantly, if anyone has any fears or concerns, we provide free education. We have a 24/7 helpline where you can call and just say, I'm concerned. I feel like I'm experiencing some memory loss, and I'd like to have someone walk me through that. And we can guide them through how to make the appointment, what questions to ask. We really help from before the journey begins all the way through. Alzheimer's and dementia is a fatal disease. We are in a brand new era of treatment that has never been at before, where there are drugs that are coming out onto the market that affect the biology of the disease. Prior to this, it was just disease that affect the symptoms. So it was not changing the trajectory of the disease progression. And we are finally, just in the last 6 months, in an era of treatment that we've never seen before.
It's an exciting time.
So it's exciting,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. When sometimes there's not a recognition, or maybe there's a denial in some folks, right? Like, oh, I knew that. And if maybe they're kind of covering up. So is it important that for other family members to maybe kind of give that push, that nudge towards getting support? Because
Absolutely.
I think it would be something that would be frightening for someone to maybe even admit to themselves that it's happening to them.
Absolutely. And one of the areas, we have a variety of pillars. You mentioned the research. I've mentioned our free care and support. We have public policy. We also are focused on raising the awareness and making it be more of a conversation in the home. There is a lot of denial out there in different cultures as well. It's just something that's not talked about, and we're really trying to address that at a variety of levels to have it be a conversation, because the earlier that someone can be diagnosed, as I mentioned, there's just brand new potential treatments coming down, but we can help with planning, financial planning. It's the costliest disease, and it can devastate a family. I saw that happen with my own family. We weren't prepared for that.
And the caregivers aren't prepared either.
Absolutely. We also provide free education and support for caregivers. So we encourage family members that are concerned to also call our helpline, or to reach out to the local chapter, or attend one of our educations on understanding Alzheimer's and dementia, healthy living for your brain and body. These are all free educations that we have to offer.
And the early intervention, and I don't want to be negative on this because this is a wonderful event and you are working towards that, but it's important for the caregivers to get involved early, because this is one of those diseases where the person who has it won't be able to make those decisions when it becomes important. So everybody get involved and be part of it and have a plan.
Absolutely. And we do provide one-on-one care planning as well, where families can, say they even, the beauty of us being a national organization with a local presence here is we have more than 74 chapters across the country. And say Bill has a brother that lives in Texas. We can get them all together and have a master level clinician walk them through the disease and walk them through the plan of how the family at different stages, you've already made your decisions, and so as a family you can guide them through. So it's vitally important that they get the care. This is a very hard disease. I don't know if you have experience with Sony in your life, but as I mentioned, I do, and seeing the impact on the family. We didn't use the resources we have available back then, and that is why every day I come to work, because I don't want anyone to go through what my family went through. So thank you for bringing up that support for caregivers.
Absolutely. Bill, one more time, recap for us. Great thing the Bridge Club's doing. Tell us all about it one more time.
Sure. The Bridge Club, in partnership with the Alzheimer's Association, is fundraising between now and this coming Thursday, June 22nd. And people can come to Clubhouse 7, the Bridge Club, come to Clubhouse 7 every day except Sunday, but every day, 11 to 3, and make a donation in any amount. It can be cash, it can be check. I think that's all we accept.
We
But cash
accept
or
others
check.
as well, but
We'll
yeah,
figure
two
we'll figure it
easiest
out.
ways.
Just get there. We'll get there.
That's right.
We'll figure it out from there.
Exactly.
Okay, Bill and Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
course, thank you.
Alzheimer's Association, great cause to be supporting.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being here. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Saturday film coming up. Stay with us.